Guess how wealthy was Black Wall Street? Well, today we're gonna find out. The stories of Greenwood's prosperity became legend in the black community, and in fact, in the whole world. The creation of the powerful black community known as Black Wall Street was intentional. In 1906, O.W. Gurley, a wealthy African American from Arkansas, moved to Tulsa and purchased over 40 acres of land that he made sure was only sold to other African Americans. The young entrepreneur just resigned from a presidential appointment under President Grover Cleveland in order to strike out on his own. Mr. Gurley became a multi-millionaire, and he was the owner of several businesses, including his prized possession, the hotel. He also provided an opportunity for those who migrated from the harsh oppression of Mississippi. Another important visionary who contributed to the success of Black Wall Street was Mr. J.B. Stratford. J.B. Stratford had graduated from Indiana University with a law degree and had moved to Greenwood to purchase various land vacancies in the area. After buying these vacant spaces, he would then sell them to African American residents for redevelopment so that these empty spaces could be transformed into residential houses and profitable businesses. By 1921, Mr. Stratford had been considered one of the wealthiest in the country, as he owned numerous properties in Greenwood and even had his hotel named after him, Stratford. O.W. was a subscriber to the philosophies of Booker T. Washington, while J.B. was a follower of the more radical W.E.B. Du Bois. Nonetheless, the differences aside, the two men began to develop an all-black district in the unincorporated stretch of land north of Tulsa's train station. O.W. and J.B. both became rich as the oil industry boomed in Tulsa, and hundreds of African Americans immigrated to Greenwood. The 40 acres that were purchased resulted in a thriving community that populated a 35 square block district. There were over 600 businesses, and on Black Wall Street were attorneys, real estate agents, dentists, pilots, architects, musicians and singers, entrepreneurs, doctors, pharmacists, dry cleaners, plumbers, barbers, hairdressers, professors and teachers, nurses, bankers, newspaper editors, among many other professions who offered their services in the neighborhood. A dollar circulated 36 to 100 times, and it remained in the Greenwood district almost a year before leaving. To this day, no other community has been able to duplicate that type of circulation. There are communities today, however, where the dollar stays in about 30 days or 45 days, but no other community, as has been said, has ever been able to match that type of circulation. Although it wasn't the only one, there were prominent black business districts in Durham, North Carolina, Richmond, Virginia, and Rosewood, Florida. The people of Greenwood achieved a level of black economic success and self-determination that had never existed before in the United States. Less than 60 years removed from slavery, to put that in perspective. Despite racial discrimination and Jim Crow segregation, the Greenwood district offered proof that black entrepreneurs were capable of creating abundant wealth.
What's up,
When
Sky?
left alone, our ancestors thrived. And one such example.
What's up, Rainier? What's up, Sky? I'm here chilling, man. Just wanted to sit back and meditate a little bit. Look at something that I could learn from, pull from see what happened in the past. Some of this stuff, man, shows me what's going on now with our nation of people, and yeah, it's just interesting. I want you to check this out with me. You can still lay down and watch it. Just set up your phone and just look at some of the information or listen to it. I'm gonna go into the long version after this. I was just starting it out to see, how was the wealth of Black Wall Street, like how was it measured, and what far as people, it was everything. We had private jets back in the 1920s. Black people had private jets, yo. Man, that's crazy, yo. You know what I'm saying? I knew about this a long time ago, but it's just crazy to know black people had private jets. Rainier, please, Mamacita, don't want to start to share it yet. Not start it yet. Wait till I get a little bit further, because it be coming on my screen. I gotta stop this notification from popping up, yo. This shit is annoying sometimes. It stops what you're doing on the phone, on the screen, but you're done. Then again, maybe not. Yeah, check this out. Yeah, Black Wall Street, man, was giving loans to black people all over the world, not just in America. and this is the 1920s. 6 black families had private jets in the 1920s. That's why the KKK was sitting back mad, angry, because black people were coming out of the struggle and built themselves up quick and fast. Had it going on. Cars, family, riches, wealth was in the black people's, man, it's crazy. Mash the like button for me, please. Share, tell a friend to tell a friend. The information is there if they want to find out. They don't have to try to hide from it, or the information is not hidden. They tried to. The stories, what I'm going to go through right now will depict how they took out certain stories out of the magazines. They cut out the truth and didn't want to tell the people what really happened, that it was a massacre and it was prejudice involved, racism, So, yeah, it was deep, because at the end of the day, they even had helicopters and planes flying over Black Wall Street, bombing it to destroy these black people's houses and businesses. So they definitely wanted to end to the prominence and wealth that was being built by these individuals in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, so let's watch some more. Yeah? Crazy.
Is this. In the entire state of Oklahoma, there were only 2 airports. Yet 6 black families owned their own private planes in the district of Black Wall Street. Wow, imagine that. Folks, think about that for a second. There were 2 airports in the entire state of Oklahoma, yet 6 families own private planes. What an accomplishment. Many of the homes had indoor plumbing before those in the white areas.
Wow. Hear that?
Booker T. Washington actually
It's all good right now.
Wall Street. It was also known at that time as Little Africa.
Right now, it's all good.
Well,
it's not hurting this video. I just realized when I split my screen like this, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't interrupt the video. So you can keep pushing and sharing if you want to. My bad. Only when I go live directly, it messes with the screen. But when I'm doing the double screen sharing, it doesn't mess with it. So you're good. Much love and thank you for your support as always. For real. Big respect to you. Super. Big up Sky. Much love to y'all. For real.
What made Black Wall Street truly special is that it was a place an ordinary person could own, such as a sharecropper, and have a respectable life, find decent paying work, and hope for a better life for his or her children. With oil men relocating to Tulsa, the resulting high demand for domestics enabled blacks to attain unheard of wages. Maids earned $20 to $25 a week, chauffeurs earned $15, gardeners earned $20, janitors, shoe shiners, and porters earned around $10. Domestics made up almost 2/3 of Greenwood's population, the remainder being professionals and business owners, whom the maids and chauffeurs hoped their children could imitate. As you can see, Black Wall Street was very well run. Keep in mind, the domestics spoken of were...
Can y'all hear me good? I hope y'all could hear everything properly, I'm just I forgot to ask y'all that the first time. Hope y'all could hear everything properly. Are you hearing me good? Yeah man, do your thing, man. Get your rest, cause you need that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing but love over here for you. Okay, great. That's what's up. That's all I need to know. I just want to play it out for later on when somebody want to circulate back and watch this for the information, they could get it, I'm going into the long version next, which I won't cut. Just this one I'm stopping the top, but once I get into the main documentary, I'm not cutting it.
Actually, blacks working for other blacks. The average income of black families in the area exceeded what the minimum wage is today. These were people who were actually living in the lap of luxury. Black Wall Street was its own city. It was a booming self-contained community, and many of the residents lived in luxury. Greenwood Avenue had been lined with hotels, restaurants, furriers, and even an early taxi service using a Ford Model T. For that time, that would be like driving a modern-day Bentley. This is actually a picture of the Stratford Hotel, owned by Mr. J.B. Stratford. And he is a great example of excellence and abundance in the early 1900s. As stated earlier,
Blessings.
He was a multi-millionaire. In addition to Mr. Stratford and Mr. Gurley, the district's most successful entrepreneurs reinvested in the community, building parks, schools, churches, theaters, banks, and they had access to many luxuries that whites in the same city did not. As a matter of fact, white people routinely borrowed money from black banks, and this was even done during the Great Depression. Here's a picture of bank owners and employees taking a picture in front of one of the black-owned banks. Here's the picture of one of the theaters that line the Greenwood district. During that time, while showing the silent movies, they would have a live piano player playing alongside the movie, which was the custom of the day. So you see, Black Wall Street had all of the modern day conveniences and luxuries. They were a community that really wanted for nothing. The schools were superior to those of the white areas. When the average student went to school on Black Wall Street, he wore a suit and tie because of the morals and respect they were taught at a young age. Black Wall Street contained a business college. As a matter of fact, the children of Greenwood's professionals attended Columbia Law School, Oberlin College, Hampton University, Tuskegee Institute, Spelman College, and Atlanta University. Black Wall Street was a dream in progress and a symbol of black success. Just how wealthy was Black Wall Street? The truth is, we'll really never know. But based on the facts, we can confidently say that today's worth would be well into the billions. And just think, that was a self-contained community that was just developing. There is no telling where it would be today. Although Greenswood, Tulsa, Oklahoma may be a distant memory, fortunately for us, we can still keep the Black Wall Street spirit alive today. With the Black Wall Street app, we now have access to thousands of...
Just want everybody to know. Okay, they got a Black Wall Street app out there. That's cool. Yeah, for everybody out there that check out this video, just know that there's a lot more information on Black Wall Street. And for right now, I was planning to actually go live and play the whole documentary, but I realized that I actually got some phone calls to make and some business to attend to. Got some text message real quick. It's really important, and the priority set. We have to come back later on YouTube. Yeah, probably a couple of hours. So much respect, Sky. Much respect, Rainier. Big up this information. Hopefully it spreads and some people learn a few things about what's really going on. As far as Black Wall Street is concerned, you know, it's real. Always was real. Since the 1920s, black people have had success and created multi-millionaires and tons of people that were doing good and prospering. But obviously that's not something that white supremacy or white America supremacy wants. Okay? So we have to pay attention to the times right now. We wonder why the struggle is still active with, they call African Americans, Nubian people in America, or all over the world. It's because there has been a strife. There's been embargoes and all type of scandalous ways they used to undermine the African people worldwide to suck wealth out of them while using them as the floor or as the basis for all of their business, for successful material selling. Anything they sell, you notice the African American, once the Africans take hold of it and they bring it to the mass level, it goes pretty much viral and people become billionaires by way of the money that's spent by Nubian people. Now, I'm not knocking anybody else around the world, but we're speaking on a nation level right now, because when we say Black Wall Street, we're speaking of Black Wall Street, not White Wall Street. That's not the Wall Street that they got on, everybody's on right now, on GDP, whatever, all this General Electric and everybody. You know, this is what was built from slavery. So we have to take a look at why the progress of our people and our nation is always fought against by a certain other people, right? They don't want us to rise. And there's still people like that right now in this time that would rather see us die than prosper. We haven't done anything to them. We haven't touched the button on them, their shirt. We haven't disrespected their families. We haven't shitted on their fathers, nor did we lynch their grandfathers. We never hurt them. We never did anything to these people. But these people just want to see our people dead. They rather see them suffering or going through some type of painful thing or some suffering life for them to feel good, like they're privileged, like oh they're and that's what they want to see. This shows me that these people that have this type of mentality are naturally evil. There's no like it ain't no guess. It doesn't take a dummy. I mean, anybody with common sense, if you even got a little bit of it, you could see that these people are self-hate. They have a lot of self-hate for themselves, and they have a very low self-esteem, right? And because of that, they chose to hate a whole nother nation of people for who they are, the way they're born, and then from there stems pure envy and hate over everything. So the more prosperous your people is, the more they hate. They can't stand to see the people prosperous because they hate their guts just for who they are. They hate them just for their complexion. They hate us just for our complexion. These type of people. So because when you have a person who hates you for the way you look, imagine if you have something in life. You're talented and you're prospering, you're prosperous, and some woman out there actually flaunt to you and love your style and address you as king and address you as great and appreciate love you and show you love. These people sit back and watch that, and what they do is they fucking hate it. They're gut. They want you to die. They want you to suffer. And I could tell that this is factual, and this is the reality we live in, being Nubian, man or woman. We have people who smile in our face, behind our back, they go behind our back and wish us bad and call us nigga the nigga. And degrade us because of our skin color or the way we think or the way we look. And here's the worst part about this shit. Here's the worst part about this whole shit. When the freaking people you in a nation with, the same Nubian people, black people that are brainwashed by racism and white supremacy and took the side of a massa because they don't see the common sense in standing up for and loving themselves. So they choose the side of massa. And what they do is they represent these white people and degrade and shit on their own people 24/7. 24/7. They shit on their own people 24/7. They do not give their men a chance. They do not give their sisters a chance because they fucking only thing they listen to is white power and white supremacy. And this sucks to see black people that are controlled by white supremacy to the point where they hate their own brothers and sisters, can't stand to see them progress. You watch a cracker goddamn successful all day, every day, you won't never bat a fucking eye. You won't trip because it's normal. And you're used to it to see massa rise up his people. But when your motherfucking brothers and sisters start rising, some of you niggas get fucking, you could see your face, you could see it in them. And that's the fucking white supremacy. That's the mental control. That's the brainwashing that some of our people are under. Heavy brainwashing, where they can't just stand up for themselves and love themselves, appreciate, love themselves and their people, and be respectful of the progress and support in the progress, so we could build another form of Black Wall Street without suffering it the same thing it did back in the 1920s. We have to be wise people. So I'm gonna handle my business and I'll come back later with the full documentary. Seeing? Much love and respect to everybody that's out there. You don't know. We're going to keep it live with these people. We're going to tell the truth. We're going to speak our mind. We're going to express ourselves, okay? Because as we go into this, what seems like they're bringing in their new world order, which we're already living in this world under order, which is, you could see, they're totally controlling the people on a worldwide scale through governmental affairs and mass media. And most people can't pick up on it because they're not wise enough to realize that they're being puppeteered. Strings are being pulled. And they're not strong enough to say, we got to unite to overcome. We have to be wiser than to be, followers of somebody that don't care about your life. Ultimately, they don't give a damn about you, but your money, taxes, and collecting and living off of you is what the government cares about. The government lives off the people, okay? These officials that turn to millionaires are not doing anything. They're sitting in a fucking chair, hitting a table, and making some little dumbass speeches, and they're rich. Because people are paying taxes and the government is collecting their taxes as I don't know what they're doing with it. But anyway, people, we see you later. It's time for us to be the wiser. It's time for us to step up. It's a new time coming where we're going to have to start dealing with Mother Nature and dealing directly with each other, right? If you keep depending on the system, it's going to bring you right down with it. As you can see, it's a Hunger Game system designed to suffer people for the benefit of another person turning billionaires while we freaking starve. And they don't give a fuck about us. Like Michael Jackson said and died for. A lot of people don't know Michael Jackson was sacrificed. You know, they don't realize they sacrificed him since he was younger because he opened his mouth and said something truthful. But the way they play the game, you would never see it because that's how they play the game. It's played under a covert way. Everything covert, covert, covert. COVID, covert. COVID-19, covert. Everything is covert. Everything is confidential, top secret when it comes to government. People, you have to be wise in these times. Open your eyes. Open the other eyes, not just the eyes on your face. You have to look much deeper now. All right? Much love and respect to everybody out there. It's G-Terra. Some people say me an idiot, but I laugh at these fuckers because guess what? Sometimes the people you think are foolish comes around to be the person you might need to learn something from and talk to later on. So whenever people say bad shit about you behind your back, just let them be. Because the monkey will call you monkey, but really because he's a monkey. Okay? Everybody wants you to be what they are. If somebody feels like a fucking idiot, guess what they do? They start calling you one because they are feeling like a fucking idiot. So always remember that about life and don't worry about people and their dumbass shit that they say or do. Okay? Because if they were the wiser, they'd probably be in a position to do something for you and help you than to talk shit about you. So much respect to everybody out there. No school in GTerra representing. I'll be forward later, isn't it? Big up.